Hello there, Lance Boudry from Avalanche Creative here, coming at you with a lawn care slash landscaping website teardown. This one is landscapeservicesinc.com. They are based out of Nashville or the Nashville area. That's what they serve. And I'm excited about this one because this one is super interesting. They kind of, to some extent, just based on their name, have a little bit of an unfair advantage because their name is just Landscape Services Inc. But that means that when people are searching landscape services or anything slightly similar to that, they're probably going to show up high even if people aren't looking for the brand. They're just looking for landscape services in that area because they have the value of having a kind of a non-branded search term name. But some other great things about this website, this brand, is they actually have a pretty solid experience on their website. So you come here, really clean navigation across the board, services, industries. I love having industries, especially if you help a lot. This can be good not just for SEO, but for a lot of different sales experiences, or pushing a lot of content out there to other industries. You want them to feel like they have an experience on the site that is made exactly for them. So I can come to this industries page and I can see like, oh wow, they worked with commercial offices, with school systems. This is great. It kind of just gives me that validation that they've got experience. Now, one potentially big missed opportunity is that these are not links to individual landing pages. That's what I do. And maybe as a company, you'd be thinking, there's not a lot we can say. Maybe that's different, but it's not about what you say necessarily. It could be about what you show. Show the experience of the school systems you've worked on in that page. And it doesn't need to be super content heavy, but it would really benefit them to have pages that are very targeted. They'd probably attract some more leads that way, and then when people arrive at this, they can kind of self-select. It's kind of like a little menu that allows them to feel like I can enter into the story, and this company, I can see myself working with them because, hey, they've worked with other people like me. Now, a few other areas just like that is in the irrigation landscape, the services. If I click on any one of these services, there is not a dedicated page for that service, and I'll show you why in a second. That is a big miss for Landscape Services Inc. They have a list up here, but these are not individual pages. They're just what's called like jump links or anchor links to all of the landscape construction services, and all they have is a little blurb about it, which that's fine. And they have some other good elements here, like where we serve, and obviously you can see the industries, but it's a lot of potential work for the user who's like thinking in terms of like irrigation services. Do you serve my area with irrigation services, and do you have experience with my industry in particular? That's where having an irrigation services page could help, because you could communicate that more clearly, all in one page experience. Now to go up here, I wanted to show Landscape Services Nashville. I searched for that, and yeah, they are actually, after the ads, they're number one. But once again, Landscape Services Nashville, that's more or less their name, and that's where they're located, so they're going to show up number one. And I'll show you the difference if I just search irrigation installation, which they say they do in Nashville. They're actually not showing up anywhere on page one here that I can see. I have to keep scrolling and still haven't seen them yet. And that's because they don't have a page dedicated to irrigation. If they did that, they would have a much higher chance of actually showing up in the rankings, because it looks like they have a pretty strong brand, just based on the website, based on some reviews. So I've said this before, I'll keep saying it again, make sure you have a lot more landing pages. You have to think in terms of those customer experiences. if somebody is searching for irrigation installation, they want to go to a page that's dedicated to that. That's what they're motivated for. So Google doesn't really want to make the recommendation to go to this brand, because all they have is just a quick little paragraph on a page full of other services that are provided. Again, this is not a bad thing, but build off of this. Now learn more about the service and slowly do that over time. This isn't all that big of a lift. Just add one new service page a month. Start something, and that's going to start to get you some good or better visibility that's going to attract more qualified leads. So as always, follow along. We've got a bi-monthly email that we send out. Join that on our website and reach out to us if you want a website teardown of your own website.